tuning in. This is our very first debut, and I am happy for you all to be here. This show will cover STD testing in relationships, as well as I highlight a business called Crafted by Liana, very talented young lady, as well as a sound off segment where you can talk about anything that's bothering you or vent about something that may be on your last nerve. This is the place to do it. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? STD testing in relationships. Is it necessary? Very much so. Why would you say that? For your overall health, we need to make sure that we are very well aware of what's going on in our bodies, as well as when we bring other people in our lives. So as relationships go on, we need to go ahead and start by having a playing field where everyone knows what's going on with the other person. Now, we posted a question on our Instagram page and got a plethora of answers, and let's go through what people thought about the subject. Into Deep 07Z said, it should be done in the beginning, and if need be, other times, then do it. But trust should be formed entering relationships. That's very true. Now, would you only say in too deep that you would only need to do it in the beginning? I hope not. Let's continue to do that throughout the relationship so it can have some type of consistency. Now, let's say what happens when you do gain that trust and it's broken. Now, if you find the phone number in a pocket, or perhaps they're acting a little funny, or maybe don't even want to sit next to you, do you ask them, let's go get tested? I hope so, because you need to, okay? If they're acting a little funny, let's go ahead and wrap it up and test it down. You know what I'm saying? Now, we're going to go past, get to a couple of other people. Slim Fit Brick, she thinks regular testing should be included in your physical, whether you're in a monogamous relationship or not, which is very true. Once again, it needs to be part of your health regimen. Going to the dentist, getting your car washed, all of that. Let's make that a part of what you do on a consistent basis. Now, we all know relationships are very, very hard, and you have to work out at them. You do. I wish it was a book that will tell you this is what you need to do. But getting to know people, you need to ask them, what are your favorite colors? What do you like to eat? When was the last time you were tested? Don't be afraid to ask. This is your health that's in basically your hands and in the hands of your partner or your spouse. Now, also, don't make a decision by looking at someone that says he or she looks clean. You don't know what a board of health could look like. Someone with AIDS, gonorrhea, syphilis, they may look okay to the naked eye, but when it comes down to those test results in black and white, it'll let you know right then and there what it really is all about. Now, a lot of people may be thinking, if I'm married, do I need to get testing? You certainly do. You do have that bond with that other person, but you need to also keep in mind that that is a person, which means that they have faults and things that may even keep them from wanting to tell you. It's so many times where I actually ran into a friend, and she was telling me about an older gentleman that she was seeing. She's in her 30s, and this gentleman is about 45, and they were in an intimate setting, and he actually took off the protection in the middle of the act. Now, she was not aware until afterwards, and she was outraged, at which I would have been as well. When she was talking to the guy and said, you're putting my health at risk, and he said, well, it's okay. I mean, you look like you're okay, and I already know that I'm good. How could you say that? Really? Oh my goodness, people. You can't really go off of what people look like. If that's the case, I look like I'm rich, don't I? Rick James. But let's keep it moving. Now, to get a little bit more on the serious side, let's get down to some statistics. According to the CDC, in 2009, it was at its all-time low for gonorrhea. But ever since 2009, it has increasingly gotten worse. More and more people have been reporting getting gonorrhea. And unfortunately, through 48 jurisdictions, Black men and women have the highest number of gonorrhea. Now, this is easily taken care of once we do two things. Wrap it up and get tested. Let's not keep this as something, people just do it, okay? Just do it. Nike couldn't have put it better. Just do it. Now, I'm getting a little warm in all this black. It's a little hot, but I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up for a second, do a commercial break, wet my face a little bit, and be right back with you. Don't press that pause button.
All these years I've been wanting you in my life. And now I finally have you.
Welcome back. I am no longer parched either. Well, to get back into it, there are also testing facilities that you can go to if you're not comfortable enough going to your family care physician. You can go to an Aunt Martha's or any nonprofit organization that gives you those type of tests. Now, there may be a larger fee that you may have to pay because your insurance doesn't cover it, but I think it's well worth it. Let's go into some other comments to see what else we have out there. From our Instagram page, Megan No Good says there should be STD testing in relationships and marriages. This new generation is terrible. Monogamous or not, you should get tested. This new generation is terrible. Yes, this generation, the generation before us, girl, all the generations are bad. See, because if you really think about it, the older generations, around maybe 55 to 60, what I've been noticing is that these older men are trying to get these younger girls, and these younger girls are just trying to give out anything that you can put on a plate, a saucer, an ice cream scoop, anything. I mean, have some coof. Goodness. Let me not rant. I digress. Let's keep going. Another comment from Hey Serge on Instagram said, there's no such thing as loyalty nowadays. I kind of agree. There is somewhat of a loyalty, but you just have to see what your loyalty is and what their loyalty is. It may be a little different, but I'm sure you might be able to find it, just as long as they get that darn test. Let's keep it moving. Retro Ran Beat says that trust should be built in the beginning, before the marriage, but he wouldn't be opposed to it if his spouse requested it. That's also a good point. Now, would that be the only time you get it, is if they request it? Or can this be a consensus as to where you sit down and you make things clear from the beginning? Just like people sit down and have a prenuptial agreement before they get married because they don't want half of everything taken. Half your car, half your hair. Once again, I'm getting off topic. But that should be a clear thing that you go through at the beginning. STD testing. You get one life, one body, and one chance to live the right way. You don't want to be caught up in the heat of the moment and live a life of regret. You don't. Well, are we going to a commercial break now? I'm sorry, I messed up. Yeah? Okay. Well, okay, we're going to go to a commercial break now, people. Now you are part of my blooper, okay? You're going to see all of this. I'm not going to edit any of it out because, hey, that's what makes this fun, right? I'm just saying. But coming up, we have our next segment, which is going to be highlighting the new business, Crafted by Leanna, a very talented young lady. Stay tuned and you'll see her work and see what she has to offer. Oh, we're rolling. Sorry about that. Now we're going to get into the business highlight of the segment, Crafted by Leanna. Very talented young lady. If you're looking for any specialty gift for children, she is the one to go to. As you can see on the screen behind me is a couple of her items that she's made. And her specialty thing is diaper cakes. So if you're looking for that item where people say, you know what, I'm going to invite that person back to my shower or my party because they gave me an awesome gift. Well, these diaper cakes can be made with any items such as bath items, toys, receiving blankets, bottles, whatever you choose. And the prices range from $10 for a mini up to $30 and up, depending on how many tiers or layers the cake is or any add-ons that you want to add on. So from there, she's on Pinterest and Instagram. You can also reach her by smoke signal, Morse code. Just kidding. But you can also email her at craftedbyliana@gmail.com, as well as her items are also on Etsy. So it's etsy.com/shop/craftedbyliana, as well as the phone number where you can reach her is 563-484-0054. Please patronize this young lady. She is talented. She's the sweetest person that I know, and by far does very good work. That's a good segment. I mean, that was some good stuff, y'all. Now, my patience is not the best. It's really not. I'm working on it. A lot of times I'm sitting in traffic, and I'm like, would you use your blinker? Or can you scoot over a little bit? Did you see me trying to get to your lane? Really? You're not going to let me over? Really? Are we going to do that? I don't know. And then someone asked me, should I be a truck driver? Me, being a truck driver, driving that huge truck? I'll push cars off the road just for the hell of it. Especially those little Corollas. Please. Oh, we know what that sound is. It is sound off time. People are going to chime in about what's been ticking them off, or who's been getting on their last nerve, or saying, you know what, I am just fed up. Like Erykah Badu, she gonna call Tyrone. I digress again. Okay, as you guys can see, I get on topic a lot. Does that make sense? Of course it doesn't. It's not supposed to. My name is Element. Oh. All right, well, once again for my Instagram page, Starring Myself says, why is a 9-month-old in Pakistan being charged with murder? I don't know how I feel about this because, first of all, that doesn't even sound like it's logically possible. Charging a 9-month-old with murder. The child can't hold its bottle, let alone is potty trained. And his cognitive skills, are they even there? So you want to charge him with murder? Well, if you're not familiar, the young boy in Pakistan, his name is Musa Khan, and his family was actually charged with trying to hurt the people at the gas company because they were attempting to turn off the gas flow to homes, and they were one of the families that were going to get their gas shut off. So they lashed out against the workers, and I believe, because the whole story is not there, but I believe that his family did wind up doing some violent acts toward the workers, and I guess the little boy was the only one that was left in the home, so they took him into custody, and they actually have a picture of him online getting his fingerprints. It's pretty sad. What is this world going to? Besides hell in a handbasket. But before we get there, people, can we just use our brain cells and try to make sense of this all? Please. Oh, my goodness. Well, moving on. Our next one is saying being an adult is stressful. You know what? It is. Because I tried to move back in with my mom, and she said, honey, you're going to have to pay some bills. I said, pay some bills? Wait a minute. I get paid minimum wage. This can't work. I can't put gas in my car. Okay. Sorry, I'm not supposed to be talking about me. Back to the sound off. There's another person who said, I lost half of my mind since I became a new mother. Trust me, I understand. I love my children, and I'm sure you love your kids too, but at the time when I first had them, I tried to return them to sender, but they just kept showing back up at the door. Man, FedEx is good. Man, y'all get paid very well to do what you do. And it's an open parking lot. And I try to park by myself because, you know, people open up their doors, they scratch up your car, they don't care, they have no regard. So you're sitting there in the parking lot. When you come back out, there's like 3 cars parked right next to you. Why? All these parking spaces are available, but yet you want to come park next to my box. Why? Why? And then you want to park real close to the line so I can't open up my door all the way. And I got to try to squeeze in between my car and your car. Why even go through that? You guys just anger me. Jeez Louise. Anywho, I really hope that you guys have enjoyed this episode, because I know I have. I'm really hot too with all this black, so the next one I'll definitely probably be wearing some colors that will be reflecting the light, not trying to put it all on me. But please join our next show. Join the Convo, which is communicating opportunities optimistically through networking venture opportunities. I kind of messed that up, so let's do that again. Communicating optimistically through networking venture opportunities is what it's supposed to be. We're going to act like I didn't just do what I did about 15 seconds ago, or we'll just keep it running. You guys have been a great audience. Thank you for tuning in, and next week is going to be an even more awesomer show. That's not a word, but it's okay. I'm sure it'll probably be in the dictionary 2 years from now, because if twerking is, that will be too. All right, you've been good. Keep it